Exodus chapter 23. You do not lift up a vain report. You do not put your hand with a wicked man to be a violent witness. You are not after many to do evil, nor do you testify concerning a strife, to turn aside after many cause others to turn aside. And you do not honor a poor man in his strife. When you meet your enemy's ox or his donkey going astray, you certainly turn it back to him. When you see the donkey of him who is hating you, crouching under its burden, then you have ceased from leaving it to it. You certainly leave it with him. You do not turn aside the judgment of your poor in his strife. You keep far off from a false matter, and you do not slay an innocent and righteous man, for I do not justify a wicked man. And you do not take a bribe, for the bribe binds the open-eyed and perverts the words of the righteous. And you do not oppress a sojourner, since you have known the soul of the sojourner, for you have been sojourners in the land of Egypt. And for 6 years you sow your land and have gathered its increase. And in the 7th year you release it and have left it. And the needy of your people have eaten, and the beast of the field eats their remainder. So you do to your vineyard and to your oliveyard. 6 days you do your work, and on the 7th day you rest, so that your ox and your donkey rest, and the son of your handmaid and the sojourner is refreshed. And in all that which I have said to you, take heed, and you do not mention the name of other gods. It is not heard on your mouth. You keep a celebration to me 3 times in a year. You keep the celebration of unleavened things. You eat unleavened things for 7 days, as I have commanded you, at the time appointed in the month Abib. For in it you have come forth out of Egypt, and you do not appear in my presence empty. And the celebration of harvest, the first fruits of your works in which you sow in the field, and the celebration of the ingathering in the outgoing of the year, and your gathering your works out of the field. 3 times in a year all your males appear before the face of the Lord YHWH. You do not sacrifice the blood of my sacrifice on a fermented thing, and the fat of my festival does not remain until morning. The beginning of the first fruits of your ground you bring into the house of your God YHWH. You do not boil a kid in its mother's milk. Behold, I am sending a messenger before you to keep you in the way, and to bring you to the place which I have prepared. Be watchful because of his presence, and listen to his voice. Do not rebel against him, for he does not bear with your transgression, for my name is in his heart. For if you listen diligently to his voice, and have done all that which I speak, then I have been at enmity with your enemies, and have distressed those distressing you. For my messenger goes before you, and has brought you to the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Canaanite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, and I have cut them off. You do not bow yourself to their gods, nor serve them, nor do according to their doings, but utterly devote them, and thoroughly break their standing pillars. And you have served your God YHWH, and he has blessed your bread and your water, and I have turned aside sickness from your heart. There is not a miscarrying and barren one in your land. I fulfill the number of your days. I send my terror before you, and I have put to death all the people among whom you come. And I have given the neck of all your enemies to you. And I have sent the hornet before you, and it has cast out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before you. I do not cast them out from before you in 1 year, lest the land be a desolation, and the beast of the field has multiplied against you. I cast them out little by little from before you, until you are fruitful, and have inherited the land. And I have set your border from the Red Sea even to the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness to the river. For I give the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and you have cast them out from before you. You do not make a covenant with them and with their gods. They do not dwell in your land, lest they cause you to sin against me when you serve their gods, when it becomes a snare to you.